Before we start, understand this. What you're about to watch looks routine, but the legal stakes are quietly massive. Every word here matters more than people realize.
Did you text or call Ms. Crane?
I did, and I haven't checked back.
I'm gonna
I think Miss Smith is having connection.
call Miss Crane, see if we can track her down. We're now joined by Miss Crane. I just left you a stern message on your phone.
With a bill for pizza?
No, Mr. Skowronek already owes us that.
Okay.
Let's see. Well, I think the other person who came in at the same time had already been here and got kicked off somehow. All right. Before I swear in, all we got here to testify, I think, is mostly defects. But Mr. Skowronek, what is the status of the mom?
I think that's her. That's shown as P.E. Smith C on there, to be honest with you, Your Honor. That's what I suspect is the mother.
Oh, I thought she was with defects.
I don't know who that is.
You need to unmute your mic and tell us who you are.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Select a speaker. Wait a minute. Select a speaker, select a microphone. Microphone array. Microphone array is your microphone. There you go. Click it.
This is the strategic pivot. The argument isn't about facts, Anna Marie, it's about process. And in court, if the process breaks, everything built on it starts to wobble.
Click it.
You
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Where's your volume turned up? Where's the volume button? Volume up. The volume is on the side on this. I think. No. Jesus, man.
We can hear you.
Let's see. Volume is off. You just clicked it off. Yeah, it just clicked off. Oh, Jesus. Okay, hang on. All right, what did you do the last time with the unmute, mute, and unmute?
You're unmuted, but you may not. Are you hearing us?
No, where's the volume control, baby? This right here?
Well, I don't know what happened. I don't know who that person was, and I don't know what happened to him other than they dropped off. So,
it was mom and the social worker.
Okay.
She's still at Beechford Hospital, Your Honor, to my understanding. So that's probably where that was coming from. And that was the mother and a social worker from Beechford, I assume.
All right, Mr. Skowronek, it's your case and you have the burden.
All right. Calling Ms. Smith, Your Honor, Ms. Smith. Right. And do you know if Ms. Zakula and Mr. Thrasher are married?
It is not confirmed that they are officially married on paper, but they do claim each other as husband and wife.
All right, I'm here. We had to turn our microphone on. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
We've heard you all along. Can you hear us?
Sorry, the microphone setting wasn't on for the computer. Is the microphone working now? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Muted. Now, how do we unmute this, baby? What did you go to in the first place? Mute right here. Okay. So click mute it. What's with the volume? Why is the volume going low and high? Okay, because it's recording.
That's what they can hear.
Can you hear us?
Oh, wow. Where's the live speaker setting?
Can you hear us?
I just sent her a message.
It only has recording audio. I'm sorry, y'all. We have no live speaker setting. We only have a chat. Yeah. I cannot today. I don't have the patience for this.
It's okay. You can type the message into.
Is this the mother or her social
I
worker?
don't have the patience.
This is the mother.
Okay.
This is the pressure point. No explanation for the stop means no clear probable cause on the record. That's not a technicality, that's a Fourth Amendment landmine.
Surely the social worker knows how our own computer works.
Can we? Let me go back. Can we schedule it at a later date? I can't.
I'm sorry, you seem to not know how to use your computer.
You want me to continue, Your Honor?
Yes.
All right. So, Ms. Smith, I was asking you about the marital status, and you indicated that the mother and the putative father stated that they are married, but haven't provided you with actually any proof of that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. No, that's not correct, or no, they've not provided you with any proof?
They have not provided me with any proof.
Tell the court, if you would, Ms. Smith, how the department became most recently involved with these children and these parents.
I received a phone call on 8/4 in regards to the mother being incarcerated, about to be incarcerated, and the father was unable to care for the children. He was pretty much about to be hospitalized. When I arrived on the scene, both parents were gone. The detective reported that the home was deplorable. The tubs were filled with still water. There was no running water and no electricity. So the detectives were suggesting that the children be removed. We made contact with a cousin who lives next door. Yeah.
Yeah, wait, let's do one thing at a time, okay?
Okay.
So, who contacted you about the mother and the father and the children? Where did that referral come in from? Was that from law enforcement?
My first phone call was from the supervisor, the on-call supervisor. She received a phone call from the detectives, yes, from law enforcement.
And what specifically were the allegations of the referral? I think you covered it, but what specifically were the allegations of the referral that was made to the department about the children?
Mom was being incarcerated, father was being hospitalized, and the home was deplorable and unable for the children to live in.
Okay. And when did you said you got that referral on or about August 4th? Do you remember about what time of the day that you got that?
I believe it was 1:30 a.m. when I got the phone call.
Okay, so very early, August 4th in the morning.
Yes, sir.
All right. And then upon receiving the referral, did you go out to the residence of the mother and the parents and the children?
Yes, I went to the residence that they were located at.
Okay. And where was that residence located? All right. And is that address located here in Henry County?
Yes, sir.
All right. And is that a house, an apartment? What kind of residence was it?
I can describe it maybe like a one-story townhouse apartment.
Okay. And what time did you arrive to that residence? Do you recall?
I don't recall the exact time, but it was definitely around 2 in the 2 o'clock hour.
All right. And that would be 2 a.m. on the 4th of August?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And when you arrived at the residence, who did you speak with?
I first spoke with Detective Hammock, and then I was directed to speak with Taisha Thrasher.
And what did the detective that you identified, what police department did he work for? Was that Hampton Police, Henry County Police?
It was Hampton Police.
Okay. All right. And what did the detective report to you when you spoke with him about the concerns, if any, that he had with regards to the parents and the children?
So the detective, she was a lady. She stated that the department received several phone calls throughout the day from mom. She stated that when she arrived on the scene for this particular incident, it was because the ambulance could not get into the home to get dad out to be hospitalized. In that event, the young child, Bailey, came outside and assisted the detectives to get in the home. And that's when they discovered that the home was extremely deplorable with no electricity or running water.
Did the detective tell you why the mother had called several times to law enforcement? What was the reason?
She was extremely intoxicated. I don't recall a reason why she called for that particular incident. I can only repeat what I was told in the incident prior, which was mom did call them to come out and she was attempting to leave. They realized that she was extremely correct. The detective stated to me that mom was attempting to leave the scene during one of the phone calls prior to the call when
detective told you that mom was attempting to leave the home. Was that because, I'm confused, was mom attempting to leave when law enforcement was there? Or was mom attempting to leave the home before law enforcement came and was calling law enforcement and said something along, I need to leave the home and dad is not capable of caring for the child? I mean, I'm not clear on that.
So the call that initiated the children being removed from the home, prior to that phone call, mom did make a 911 phone call. I can't recall the reason what the phone call was officially for, but when the law enforcement did come out, they reported that she was intoxicated. She did attempt to leave the home, so they did confiscate her keys from her.
Okay. And what was the reason during your investigation, you said something about dad was going to be hospitalized. Why?
He reported to me that he has liver cirrhosis, a heart issue, and stomach issues. During the interview that him and I spoke, when he reported that he has some medical issues, he stated that he could not move and he passes out 3 to 4 times a day.
Did the father appear to be under the influence of anything at the time that you spoke with him on August 4th?
Yes.
What did he appear to be under the influence of? Do you know?
I would assume alcohol. He did not state that he does drugs. He stated that he drinks.
And what did you observe about Mr. Thrasher's behavior during the time that you spoke with him that led you to conclude that he may be under the influence?
The way that he answered his questions was a little off. He did a lot of swaying. He also asked me, can he take him to the store, not for food, but for a bottle.
During your investigation on August 4th, did you make a walkthrough of the home of the mother, the father, and the children?
Yes.
Did you go into the kitchen of the home to see if there was adequate food for the children in the home?
There was not adequate food in the home.
Was there any food in the home at all?
No. There was one thing in the refrigerator. I can't recall. I believe it was just a container.
Okay. Did the mother and father tell you, or anyone tell you during your investigation on August 4th, of how the family came to be at that residence?
The family became to be at that residence due to a fire that was in their previous apartment in Griffin.
That ruling carries weight, not because the evidence couldn't exist, but because it wasn't legally established. And that raises the real question. How many similar cases survive on assumptions instead of proof?
I was told that they were supposed to be residing at a hotel that was provided by the Red Cross. But on the 4th, I was told that the family was bringing belongings from their previous apartment to this residence.
When you spoke with the family, did they report to you that they had any kind of rental agreement or anything like that to be residing in that residence in Hampton?
No, sir.
They didn't report that, or they didn't have a rental agreement?
They didn't report it. They stated that the residence is a previous aunt's home who passed away.
So they didn't have any kind of signed agreement to be able to live in that residence, correct? No, my question was, if they didn't have any signed agreement that allowed them to be legally residing in that residence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And you said that there were concerns reported by law enforcement about the conditions of the home. When you did the walkthrough, describe what you saw about the conditions of the home.
The home was extremely full of belongings, furniture, and just, household items. Like I said, I did see the tub. The tub had standing, murky water. The toilet was unable to flush. There was no running water. And it looked like there might have been a cord coming from outside to allow electricity for a light. I did not confirm that that's what it was. It was just what it looked like. But switches were not able to flick on and off.
So this was at around 2 a.m. that you were in the home. Was there any light in the home?
No, sir, only the flashlight.
Okay. So subsequent to that, what happened with the father? Was he in fact transported to the hospital?
Yes, he was transported.
And during your conversations with either the mother or law enforcement, was it reported to you in any of those conversations that the mother was under the influence of any substances?
When I was able to observe mom when she was dropped back off by law enforcement, she was visibly under the influence.
And what did you observe about the mother that made you come to the conclusion that she was visibly under the influence?
The position of her face was definitely different. The way that she was talking, her posture, I was trying to explain exactly what a VK was and what the safety plan would be. She stated that she was able to understand, but then when it was time to sign, she wasn't able to understand what she was signing. Other than that, it was basically visual, her not being able to stay standing up without help and slurring during conversation.
All right. Did you receive any information that mother had reported to law enforcement to being under the influence of fentanyl and Percocet?
Yes, she stated to the officer that her drug of choice was Percocet. She also stated that she, is currently on fentanyl, and that's what I was told.
Did the mother report that as to whether or not she had a prescription for either fentanyl or Percocet when you made contact with her?
No, sir. She only reported that she has a prescription of Seroquel.
Seroquel?
Yes, sir.
And what is the prescription for Seroquel for?
She stated that it was for her mental health and it was prescribed by McIntosh Trail.
Did the mother report to you any mental health history for which she was prescribed Seroquel, specific diagnoses of any kind?
She stated that she was bipolar.
Did the mother report to you as to whether or not she was was the Seroquel being prescribed to treat her bipolar disorder?
I don't recall discussing that with Mom. I just remember her telling me she takes Seroquel and it was prescribed to her from McIntosh Trail.
You had talked about that the mother had reported, or the law enforcement had reported that the mother was going to be arrested. Was the mother in fact arrested while you were at the home?
Yes, when I arrived, she was gone. They did return her back to the home saying that she wasn't going to be booked.
Okay. So she was arrested and then released?
I'm not sure what the protocol is for a full arrest, but she was taken to the station and brought back.
So what happened with the children at the conclusion of your initial involvement with the mother, the father, and the children?
The conclusion, the children stayed next door at grandmother and first cousin's home. I was given permission to allow them to stay. We completed the VK assessment. During that assessment, we realized that the home is not in a good condition for them to reside in. And that's when we started to move forward with.
What are you referring to as a BK assessment?
Voluntary kinship.
Oh, VK. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the children were placed in a voluntary relative placement the early morning of August 4th of 2023, correct?
Correct.
All right. So then at some point in time later that day, did you receive further information about the mother becoming involved with law enforcement again later that day on August 4th?
Yes, sir. Later that day, I received a phone call from Taisha Thrasher stating that she received a phone call from Griffin PD stating that Mom was being arrested. She stated to Griffin PD that she was headed to the fentanyl house, and she was then taken to Peachford Behavioral Health Systems.
Did you receive any information about the mother having made concerning statements about the children during that incident with law enforcement on August 4th of 2023?
Yes, sir. Taisha stated that mother told her to go ahead and kill the kids.
And who was it that said that?
Stacy Schooler.
Is that the voluntary kinship placement?
Voluntary kinship placement is Taisha Thrasher.
The mother said that.
Stated that Stacy Schooler called her and told her to go ahead and kill the kids.
All right. So you're not, and then you said that the mother was being 1013. Is that correct?
I don't have an exact number on what she was taken into the behavioral system. When I contacted the police department, they just stated that she was sent there.
Sent where?
To Peachford.
Okay. And that was to address her mental health, to your knowledge?
I'm sorry, repeat that.
I'm sorry?
I was asking you to repeat what you said.
My question was that mother being sent to Peachford Hospital
the mother
in
was
order
being
to address her
tendered-
mental health?
Yes, sir. I would assume so. When I contacted people, they stated that she was currently in detox and addressing her mental health.
Your knowledge is the mother still at Peachford Hospital?
She is.
Was the father subsequently released from the hospital after he was hospitalized on August 4th of 2023, to your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
When was he released?
He was released the same day on the 4th.
And where did the father return back to? Where is he currently residing, to your knowledge?
Main Street.
And is that still is that the same address that you went out to on August 4th?
Yes, sir.
Did you give him notice of today's hearing?
Yes, sir.
Did he say he couldn't get here or he wasn't coming or what?
I reported it to Taisha Thrasher. She is directly next door, and she is the one that has contact as far as phone and email. She stated that she would be on the call. Him and her would be on the call.
So you didn't contact the father directly and tell him, you relied on somebody else.
Yes, sir.
In the future, I think you need to be the one who gives them so you can tell us you gave them the notice. We don't know that she did it or not.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Mr. Saronic.
Just to follow up on that, Ms. Smith, did you have any contact information for Mr. Thrasher? Did you have a phone number or an email or a text number that you could have sent him that information?
No, everything was sent through Taisha, through her phone.
I get that. I get that you sent it to somebody else. My question was, did you actually have any method or way of contacting Mr. Thrasher directly?
No, sir. No. The only way that I was able to contact him is if I drove to his home.
Okay. All right. And you had touched on this a little bit before, but you stated that the kinship placement was no longer appropriate for the children after the children had been placed in that home on August 4th. What about that home made it no longer appropriate for the children to remain there on a long-term basis?
The home currently does not have a bathtub in the restroom, and they are currently getting just touch-ups in the home. There is an unsafe wire that is hanging out from the wall that needs to be repaired, and they are in the process of getting their gas completely turned into electric in the home. So there's not a working stove, there's no tub, and there's some loose wires that need to be addressed.
So when the department determined that voluntary kinship would no longer be an appropriate placement for these children, did the department contact Ms. Zulka and Mr. Thrasher and to find out if there were any other potential relatives or fictive kin for placement of these children?
Yes.
Were you able to make contact with anybody with regards to the individuals that were disclosed as possible placements?
Yes, sir. I was able to make contact with 2 or 3 different family members. They all denied being able to allow the children to reside in their home due to them being busy and just kind of consumed with other things. After we conducted the Code Blue, I was able to make contact with Sandra Zorn, who is here. And she stated, this was after the Code Blue, after the children were placed. And she stated that she would be able to keep the children.
And is Ms. Zorn being currently looked at as a possible relative placement for the children if the children remain in the department's temporary custody?
Right, yes.
Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. Did you also, during your involvement of this case, and it's been about a little over a week since you've been involved in this case, did you have any conversations with Mr. Thrasher wherein you asked him to enter into a treatment facility to address his substance abuse issues?
He denied wanting services or needing help.
He asked you, did you approach the gentleman and ask him if he would go to inpatient treatment? Did you do that?
We did ask him if he would like assistance with treatment with his alcohol addiction, and he stated that he would not like treatment.
Okay.
And you said that he reported drinking, that I think he denied using illegal drugs, but that he said that he would use alcohol. Did he report anything about the frequency of his use or how much he would drink on it when he drank?
No, sir, he did not report.
When you spoke to the children, I'm assuming you spoke to the children. Did you speak to the children?
Yes, sir.
Did the children report to you anything about how often they observed either parent to be under the influence or concerns about that?
No, sir.
When you observed the children, did you observe any marks or bruises on the children?
No, sir. The only marks I observed on Brenda is bug bites. She complained of being bitten by bugs while she was asleep.
Did you have any concerns about how the children appeared or about their physical condition at the time that you were involved with them?
No, sir.
Where are the children placed currently? Don't tell me the name of but are they in a foster home here in Henry County? Are they in a group home? Where are they?
They are in a foster home give me 1 second so I can give you the name of the exact city. In Sharpsburg?
In Stockbridge?
Sharpsburg. Clarence.
Sharpsburg?
Yeah. Sharpsburg.
That's not Henry County, is it, Your Honor? I think that's Butts County, isn't it?
No, I think it's like over toward Coweta somewhere.
That might be right.
Carroll County, Your Honor.
Carroll, okay, that's even further.
Okay. And is the department asking for continued temporary custody of time? Ms. Smith?
Yes.
Okay. Is the department asking for continued temporary custody of the children to remain with the department at this time?
Yes, sir.
And is that based on the mother's current hospitalization and inability to care for the children?
Yes, sir.
Is that also based on the mother and the father not having appropriate housing for the children?
Yes, sir.
Let me just ask you one other thing that I had in the removal order that I forgot to ask you about. To your knowledge, are either Mr. Thrasher or Ms. Zolka employed currently?
No, sir.
They're not employed?
No. Miss Schooler reported that she was fired from her job at Applebee's.
Okay. All right. So neither parent currently has employment. Are you aware of either parent having any source of stable income?
No, sir.
Have you been able to speak with Ms. Zolka since she was hospitalized at Peachford?
No, sir.
They won't let her, wait just a second. They won't let her take a phone call, or why is that? Because she just got on the call with us, even though
When I contacted the hospital on Friday, the nurse reported to me that mom was not stabilized.
Oh, okay. So they didn't want you to talk to her?
Correct.
Okay.
I think that's all I have for Ms. Smith, Your Honor. I know that Ms. Huff had indicated that she had given notice to the foster parents of the children about today's Zoom hearing and was trying to get in touch with them, but I don't think she's been successful in getting that. But we did attempt to have the children and the foster parents be a part of this hearing. If you want to hear from Ms. Huff, I'll certainly put that up, but otherwise I would just proffer that's what she advised me.
That's fine. Ms. Smith, did either parent have any CPS history with Spalding County since they just recently moved from there?
Yes, sir.
Any confirmed dependency issues?
Brenda was placed with a foster parent who is Miss Sandra Zorn. She was placed for 2 years with Miss Zorn, and then she also was put into a VK. This was all due to domestic abuse and violence in the home.
Okay. There was no prior issue about alcohol or drug use?
Prior history does involve drug use. I did not read where it involved alcohol, but yes, use.
Did they have any CPS history in any county besides Spalding?
Not that I recall, other than Henry.
Okay, and was that 2 years with Ms. Zorn, was that a voluntary placement, or was that the court involved with that?
It was under foster care. I'm only going to assume that it was court involved because the next one, it was an official VK, voluntary can.
Okay, all right. Ms. Crane, you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Schrock, do you have any questions?
Yes, sir. Ms. Smith, do you know if the parents had the children enrolled in school?
Mom unenrolled the children from school on the 2nd. And it was due to them possibly being enrolled to their Hampton, the Hampton address.
Okay, so when she withdrew them from school on the 2nd, that was from Spalding County Schools?
yes, Griffin Spalding County School System. Yes.
Okay. And then as far as you know, they were never enrolled in Henry County schools?
No, they have not been.
Okay. And then I just wanted to confirm the date of birth of Bailey, because on the dependency order that I have, Bailey's date of birth is listed as 2017. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
No other questions.
Did the child have any physical or mental health issues?
No, sir, not from what I observed, and it has not been reported.
You have any other witnesses, Mr. Skrbanek?
No, sir.
All right. Court finds probable cause to believe the children are dependent. That condition is likely to continue. Reasonable efforts are made to avoid removal. It'd be contrary to the welfare of the children to be returned to either parent at this time, and will leave temporary custody with the department pending filing of the petition and summons and scheduling an adjudicatory hearing within the time allowed by law. You can take an order.
What would you like to do about visitation, more specifically as to the father, Your Honor, since he is currently not incarcerated and not hospitalized?
Supervised visits. I'm wondering whether he's physically able to visit. I mean, somebody has to be transported and apparently has recurring issues.
Can I also ask another question, Your Honor? I see Ms. Duato is sitting there, and I believe, I'm not sure, is she a CASA on this case now? Because this would be the first one that I've had.
We haven't assigned CASAs yet.
Okay.
She's the director of our new local program, and she has asked for the opportunity, and we appreciate her willing to just observe, because she will be in training soon and some hands-on experience.
I just wanted to speak briefly on the point that you just brought up, Judge, about whether or not the father would, or the putative father would physically be able to visit given his condition. And this generally kind of goes without saying that if someone shows up, if a parent shows up for their visitation and they're noticeably under the influence, I think DFACS, it goes without saying they stop the visit and the parent would not be allowed to visit. But I just wanted to ensure that would be the case in this situation as well.
Yeah. Well, they need to afford him one visit a week, supervised, and he's not to visit if he's clearly under the influence. Ms. Zorn, what did you want, please? I can't hear you. You got to unmute your mic, please.
I was wondering, is there any way I can speak?
Go ahead.
Yes, I was wanting to say that for as Brenda, I have had Brenda has been in my home since August of last year, consecutive. So she went her whole first grade in my home. And she started in my home for second grade this year before Stacy took her.
Okay.
So she has been with me the year round, but she's been in and out of my home for 7 years. And also, when school started this year, Stacy also asked me if Bailey could stay at my home, and he stayed at my home for the first day of school as well. I took him to school the first day of school as well.
And then she came and got them. Did y'all have an argument or disagreement about something?
Yes, we did, because what I did, I had asked her, I had tried to get her to sign a form saying that Brenda could say she live at my address, and so she'll be able to catch the bus from my home, because they had been displaced from their apartment. And when I asked her to sign the paper, she went, "Oh, I'm not giving you no child support. I'm not giving you, because I told her I'm not asking you for anything. I'm asking you for the right to have Brenda sign so she can catch the school bus from the house." So she went on and on and on. Then she come out, and then she told I was up there. She called the police and told the police I had kidnapped Brenda, which I had Brenda the whole year in my home. She told them I kidnapped Brenda. So the police, of course, made me bring Brenda back.
Sounds like mom is not well. Would you agree?
So what now, sir?
Said, I think mom is not well. Would you agree?
I totally agree.
Okay.
So when I brought Brenda back, the police like, "Well, ma'am, what are you going to do? You either going to let her go with her or you're going to let her stay." So at first she said, "Well, go on with her, Brenda, go on with her." So when Brenda gets in the car to go with me, she said, "Well, I want my daughter. I want my daughter." So Brenda just goes to kicking and screaming. And she's like, "TT, I love you. I don't want to leave you." She goes to kicking and streaming. And they had to pull Brenda out of my car. And then Brenda would call me the next day, FaceTime, and she would just be boohooing, sad, boohooing, nose just constantly bleeding. I'm like, "What's wrong, Brenda?" She said, "TT, I guess I'm just crying too much because I miss you. I want to come home." And I said, "Well, just be patient and we'll get our chance. We'll get our opportunity."
Well, I understood from Ms. Smith that the department is checking your home out and yourself so that hopefully they can use you as a relative placement. That the criteria for qualifications for that is a little different than a voluntary kinship placement. So give them some time to finish checking you out and cooperate with that check, and hopefully they'll be able to place the children with you. And depending on if that doesn't go well, then we have some other avenues to look at potentially. But I don't want them to be moved any more than absolutely necessary. So let's let them stay where they are while they check. How much longer do you think y'all will need to finish checking out Ms. Zorn in her home? I don't know who's doing that, foster care or probably foster care. Ms. Long?
Depending on how quickly we can get Ms. Zorn to complete the background and the drug screen and for us to actually get out to the home, it could take us about 30 days to get everything completed, excuse me, and then submitted for approval or denial. But that would be in best case scenario if we can get everything going as soon as possible.
I would like to, if at all possible, I would like to know when we're at the 10-day, because that means otherwise the child will have been in care for 2 weeks, and see what you can do.
Okay.
And,
Your Honor.
has she already been approved previously by Spalding County? Was the juvenile court ever involved with your placement before?
Yes, sir.
Did they give you directly temporary custody, or were you a relative that defects had custody but placed with you?
When they took her the first time, Stacey was having a breakdown, and she called her people, the program that she's in. She called them. They called defects. Defects called me over to come and get Brenda. So they placed Brenda in my home then that night.
They got the mom to agree to place her there. Is what it sounds like.
Well, if Stacey said I don't want her to have my kid, but defect gave it to me, and that from that point, Brenda was in my home, and then we had to do the background check, the fingerprint. We did all of that, and then that's when she was placed with me for the 2 years.
Spalding County approved you. How long ago was that?
I had Brenda from 3 months to 2 years old. As far as defects go,
when them approving you,
sir.
When do you remember defects in Spalding County approving you for placement of the kids with you? You said you did drug screens and backgrounds and stuff.
Yes, but I got Brenda the day that the defects came out, and that was at 3 months old.
Okay.
I was given they gave me into my home that day.
Okay.
They did my background check and stuff further on in the program.
Okay. Maybe y'all can bootstrap onto that where you don't have to do as much, Ms. Long.
Your Honor, I think that was in 2016 to 2018. And so it's over, it sounds like it might be over 5 years old, so we still may have to redo everything. But like I said, it just depends on how quickly we can get her in. It's not a long process. It's just about scheduling with the relative.
Okay. All right, Ms. Zorn, you try your best to make yourself available, and they're going to try to speed things up. And we'll keep
if they just
cost, okay?
Okay, they just give me a further enough time and notice, because of course I have to work 7:30 to 4, so they just give me enough time and a notice that I could come up or whatever I need to do.
Okay. Well, we appreciate your interest and your care about these kids. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Anything?
Your Honor, I'm sorry. Can I ask about visitation for the mother? The court could address that so that when the mother is released, there's at least an opportunity in place for supervised visitation.
Well, after because of her threat that was relayed, they will have to get clearance from her providers at Pageford that she doesn't pose a threat to her children, and then if so, she can have supervised visits once a week, provided she's sober.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else we need to address? Thank y'all for your time.
Hey, Your Honor, excuse me. Is there any way I could visit them or no at this time?
Well, we're going to be back in court within 2 weeks. So I will. The problem is trying to coordinate visits with the parents right now, and they're in a placement that's quite a hike away, unfortunately. So let's wait and see what we've got to do that next time. But I'll certainly let you ask me that again when we come back, okay?
Yes, sir.
Y'all please let Ms. Zorn know when the next hearing is, okay? Ms. Smith and Ms. Long and Ms. Godwin and Ms. Huff. Got 4 chances.
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all take care.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you.